Hey friends, and welcome to another installment of Katya Cannot Pick an Aesthetic. Speaking of aesthetics, my queen Sophia Nygaard actually put a clip of my e-girl style guide in her newest video. And let's just say I definitely caused a scene in my local designer shoe warehouse when I found out. However, this wonderful event also inspired me to come up with a few more e-girl looks because honestly, e-girl fashion just has that power to make you feel like the baddest bitch alive. So today I thought we'd dive a little deeper into the aesthetic and analyze some of its subsections. If you want to know in more detail what the e-girl aesthetic and its components are, then I recommend you watch my e-girl style guide, which I will link in the cards and in the description. But for the purposes of today's video, in the e-girl aesthetic, we often see the juxtaposition of feminine elements like lace and tennis skirts with more masculine ones like platform boots, chains, and the color black. As always, everything I wear will be linked in the description. But with that being said, let's get into the outfits. My first outfit takes inspiration from the original e-girl look, so we have that classic grunge all black silver chains combo. This is a look you'd probably see on your TikTok For You page, especially if you follow a certain someone on there. Follow me on TikTok. Oh my god, that was such a weird cough. I should probably go get that checked out. Anyways, I picked this black long sleeve top because I've seen this cutout incorporated into e-girl fashion in the forms of tops, pants, and even skirts. I think there's something inherently edgy about showing skin where you traditionally wouldn't in the form of a cutout. Although e-girls most often go for tennis skirts, and this outfit could work just as well with one of those, I chose to wear my high-waisted black disco pants instead. I paired this outfit with my platform docs, and for accessories, I of course had to go in heavy with the chains, with this harness and padlock necklace. If I'm honest, any black outfit could qualify as an e-girl look as long as it's paired with the right accessories, specifically as many chains as possible. The next outfit is sort of the polar opposite of the last one, taking inspiration from the pastel e-girl subcategory. This aesthetic is basically a balanced mixture of edgy e-girl and feminine soft girl components. So I picked this white baby tee to layer over a black collared mesh top. I paired this combo with a lavender tennis skirt, and I softened the effect of the Mary Jane's harness and garters I also chose to wear with these white knee-high socks. To match these accessories, I added some silver chains and rhinestone hair clips. This sort of outfit could also be inverted by wearing an all black or darker color base and adding pastel, frilly, or lacy accessories like gloves or a choker. I think mixing a black top and a pastel skirt or vice versa will fit into the pastel e-girl aesthetic, since these are the two major colorways used in the e-girl and soft girl aesthetics, which the pastel e-girl is technically a combination of. White sneakers are also common in this aesthetic, so you could replace the Mary Janes with Fila Disruptors or any other platform white sneaker. Going back to our e-girl roots, I wanted to let the gothic/emo element of the aesthetic shine with this next outfit. The gothic style of dress is heavily inspired by Victorian fashion, and I believe the e-girl aesthetic technically falls into the neo-goth style, so I wanted to incorporate that with this overbust corset. However, I tried to modernize the look by layering this black mesh pattern top underneath. I of course had to include the black tennis skirt since it is an e-girl essential, along with some fishnet tights, black knee-high socks, and Mary Janes. Since the look didn't feature any chains, I opted for these long skeleton earrings instead. I also think the plain black choker helps tie the modern components like the mesh top and the more classical ones like the corset well together, since it has gone in and out of trend quite consistently. I completed the outfit with this black lace headband, which could be replaced with a bow. Although the skater look is an aesthetic all on its own, components of it do make appearances in the e-girl aesthetic, so I wanted to try to put together a skater e-girl outfit as well. However, if you'd like an in-depth aesthetic internet style guide on just the skater aesthetic, make sure to let me know in the comments and I will get right on it. For this outfit, I picked a neon turtleneck to layer underneath this black chain bodysuit. Since skaters need to be comfy at all times, I went with my black cargo pants, and to match the bodysuit, I accessorized with this 3-layer wallet chain as well. Beanies are the the go-to skater hat, so I wore this neon green one to match the turtleneck. Van sneakers and the checkered pattern are often seen in both the e-girl and skater aesthetics, so I picked these platform Vans as my shoes, but really any low-top sneaker will do the trick. The next look is that of a vintage e-girl, which just means that it takes heavy inspiration from the decades we would now refer to as retro. Although this could mean taking inspiration from the 70s or 80s, grunge was the most prevalent in the 90s, and we all know how much e-girls love their grunge, so this outfit is mainly 90s inspired. It features this edgy yellow flannel worn over a black tennis skirt. I also added this black crop top over top to make sure I didn't lose my waist since the flannel was so oversized, and I accessorized with the same tights and sock combo from the goth e-girl look. I think pairing fishnets with knee-high socks works really well because instead of being the statement piece of the outfit, the fishnets peek out from the socks and therefore act as more of an add-on. My shoes are some buckled patent boots, which again incorporate the cutout silhouette I mentioned earlier. For accessories, I went with this 3-layer chain, which fun fact is actually the same wallet chain from the skater look, but it also serves perfectly as a necklace. I put my hair in half of pigtails and secured them with yellow scrunchies to make the look a bit more cohesive. And I finally added some mismatched black earrings to complete the look. The following look takes inspiration from the baddie e-girl sub-aesthetic, which basically means it's a lot more provocative than the last few outfits. Animal print is common in the baddie aesthetic, and black and white patterns are seen pretty often in the e-girl aesthetic, so I thought this zebra mesh top would be the perfect piece to layer over a simple black corset. My accessories consist of the holy grail of the e-girl aesthetic, silver chains, both around my neck and boots. I also added a rhinestone belt to make the look a little bit more extra. The shoes and the miniskirt remind me of Bratz doll fashion, which is very fitting since the Bratz were definitely baddies. If you're interested in the baddie aesthetic as a whole, I do have a style guide video on that, which I will link on the screen and in the description. Make sure to let me know which look was your favorite and what your go-to aesthetic is in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about the different types of aesthetics, you can check out my internet style playlist, which I will also link on the screen. Don't forget to like this video, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.